Hi guys, it's Tim from Launchpresso Digital Marketing, and in today's video, I'm going to be walking through the new Google Merchant Center Next product studio that has just been released. Now, I haven't had a look at this product at all yet, so let's have a bit of fun and let's just walk through it and make some mistakes and work out how this whole thing works. And before I take you over to my screen, check out the link down below. Go ahead and download my top 10 tips guide on how you can improve your average order value size in your Shopify store today. Okay, and here we are over at my screen, and I'm just showing you now some of the quick product updates that Google has released back on May 23, 2023. We have known for a while that some of these Google Merchant Center updates and whatnot have been in the works to be rolled out soon. And if you've received an email lately, Google said that they're going to be rolling out the Google Merchant Center Next, which will have the product studio baked into it. We'll all be going ahead on August 19 if you haven't been enrolled already. So scrolling down, we can see here that Google is now using generative AI to make creative product images. And the reason they're doing that is essentially so you can have better, more eye-catching images that are going to pop within the Merchant Center in your Google shopping ads. As we continue to scroll down, you can see here, this is what it looks like. We can use any of their automated options, or you can actually drop in a prompt to see what sort of results that you've got. But anyway, we'll play with it in a second. We'll just keep scrolling through to see what you can do. You can also remove backgrounds, which is a good feature to have nice and clean images for your shopping and your Performance Max campaigns. Also increases the resolution, which is excellent for low resolution images. So that's the releases. So coming to the actual official document itself under the product studio, we can see here, it's pretty much stating the same thing, but it's also available inside the Google and YouTube app on Shopify, which is interesting. So maybe I'll cover that in another video to see how that works inside Shopify. With that said, before I bore you too much, let's get over to the Google Merchant Center now. And so how do we find it? Firstly, come to the product area here on the left-hand side, and then come over to Product Studio where it's got the little new icon there. We'll select that. Now, I haven't been inside this. Like I said, I've been saving this just to walk through and make mistakes on this video. So let's go ahead and do that. If I look like an idiot, my apologies in advance, but this is just purely a crash course in the Product Studio. So let's click Get Started. Okay, let's get through the additional terms of service. I accept. Okay, Product Studio is an experiment. A few things to remember. It may generate unexpected images. Ooh, that'll be interesting. Okay. It currently works best with certain products. Okay. Well, what do they mean by that? It won't accept images and descriptions of humans and regulated products and services, such as pharmaceutical and gambling. Okay. Okay, try images that are consumer packaged goods. Okay, with the products front and center. Okay. All right. So it's maybe got a little way to go in terms of its elementary stages. I'm sure they've done plenty of testing of this in the past, or whatever. And it gets better with your feedback. So you like flag things that are disappointing. So they're looking for some sort of interaction in terms of what you think and what not of the actual tool. So it probably might be a good idea to flag anything that looks a bit funky or wonky. Okay, so let's got it. Straight up, it looks fairly basic, which is good. All right, at the top left here, okay, still experiment mode. That's interesting. At the top left here, we have generate scene, edit background, increase resolution, and obviously the history that it did state. Okay, it looks like we can select a product here that's completely available in the Merchant Center, or we can upload an image as well. All right, let's start with selecting a product. Here, I am in my client's Google Merchant Center account, so I'll pick something that's not used very often. I've decided I'll pick this Santa's Mix Cookies, even though it's the middle of July. We'll call it Christmas in July. We'll click Next and see what it pops up with. Okay, so we're going to generate a scene. This is good because this dark green background may not be ideal for using in Google Shopping or in the Merchant Center for whatever reason. Okay, you can always change the product. It looks like you can always add more images as well. Okay, you can upload an image too there. I would hit confirm for now. Okay, so it's removing the background first in order to preview the image. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so we can enlarge and reduce. What does that look like? Okay, you can click that and go backwards, or zoom out, I should say. Now, under the step 2, we got describe the product. I'll call it gift box of cookies. Actually, I just realized that's a bad idea because they've said describe the product, shape or container in 5 words or less. So I'll just go back to box of cookies, keep it very simple because they are mentioning don't describe the scene as, for example, a tube on a table. So we'll just say box of cookies. All right, and describe your scene. So we'll just say outdoor snowy area with a snowman. Let's see what happens with this. Interesting to see they have some inspiring themes to start with, either events, countertops, I see more on each one of these as well. Seasons, studio shots, landscapes, celebrations. Okay, once we have that, I think we just click this generate scene. Let's see what happens. It's preparing the image. Okay, so that took about a minute to generate these images, and you can see what it's come back with. At the moment, based on what I'm seeing, I'm not completely convinced. Yeah, it looks weird that you've got this really crisp product here with the slightly blurred fore and background. If it was just the background and the foreground looked a bit better, it might be okay. I don't know. I'd have to say regenerate scene and see what happens. But right now, I'm not 100% impressed. Okay, now this one here looks a bit believable because it's leaning the lid of the box against a tree. At that point, you may be able to get away with that. This one here may be okay, but it looks similar to the ones that I had previously. And also, they've missed out my snowman. I don't know why that happened. That said, let's try something else. Let's quickly go on a table with surrounded by Christmas treats. Regenerate scene. Okay, yeah, this feels very much like the DALL-E approach where you get 4 different images and options that you can pick from. Usually 2 are terrible and 2 are okay, and maybe 1 might be the best out of all of them. Out of these here, I think these 2 here look okay. Maybe this one here would be all right. This one here is okay, but it doesn't look like it's sitting properly on the actual table, even though this has got the best foreground and background. I don't know, maybe you can always pick both of those and you can add them to the Merchant Center. Like you can click the blue button down here to add. And I guess once that's been added, it's just been added. I don't know where it's gone. It's just there. So what does it say in the history? Okay, you can see here what we've actually been working on, even with all these. So I don't know if you can click into these or not. No, we can't click into these to actually go back into the history to maybe pick one of these images that we're using. You do get up to 20 most recent descriptions that have been saved. You can always clear those as well. If you want to start fresh, coming back to generate scene, we're back to where we are and normal again. So let's try upload an image instead. I've got an image already prepared here. Where was it? And I'm just dropping in this, invalid type. Okay, so that's interesting. What type of pictures does it? Oh, okay. So it doesn't like WebPub. That's interesting to know. So I hit refresh. Why won't it accept WebPub images? Okay, has to be JPEG and PNG. Okay, so just pause the video quickly just to do a quick online conversion. So let's drop in that cookie stack that we've got here. Now, this is a product that's more front and center as they recommend having. So this is probably where at this present stage, the product studio shines. So let's click confirm. Again, temporarily removing the background. Okay, so let's call this stack of 5 cookies. Probably a bit too descriptive from what they're saying, but hey, let's just try. So instead of me giving it an actual scene describe, let's just see what it looks like according to some of these countertops. So let's see more and see what they've got. All right, I'm just going to select the dark wood tabletop, see what it looks like. Interesting how they actually give a very descriptive scene. Maybe that's something to take in consideration when giving prompt. Okay, great. This looks much better. I would almost include all of these into the Google Merchant Center. And here we can actually, I'll mark all these as good. That's what I should have done last time. I should have actually marked 2 out of 4 or 3 out of 4 from previously as not so great. So you can learn. Okay, all right, I'm going to pick all 4 of these here and I'm going to add them to the Google Merchant Center. For some reason, my buttons left the screen. So I'll just remove that up and hit add to Merchant Center. Okay, now it's asking me to pick the product. We got the option of picking the filter for this. So we can maybe look at the title equals, say contains cherry. Say cherry. Oh, that was a fail. Try again. Okay, so cherry cobbler, we can actually, I don't know if it'll allow me to pick all of them. Okay, here we go. So we can pick them and say next. And then it's just added that directly into the Merchant Center. Now that we've got a pretty good result, I have to admit, it's not too bad. Let's check the edit background functionality. Looks like it goes through a very similar process. And I'm going to just drop a cookie image that I've got in my library. And let's select remove background and see what happens. Okay, they made it a transparent background and you can use white or transparent background for your main product images. If you've got product images that you've taken that've got something in the background and you want to quickly remove it, you can use this tool. I know Canva does the same thing as well. 6 of one, half a dozen the other of which way you want to go. At least here you can go and add this directly straight to the product once you're happy with the background that's been removed. So you can click add to Merchant Center and again, pick or filter through whatever product last updated. That's good. That's there. You can do that. Shipping labels, brands, etc. Plenty of different options to be able to add it to the products very quickly. But cancel that. We won't be doing that today. So let's move on to increase resolution. For some weird reason, it wouldn't let me click and drag. So I had to upload an image. If you look closely, maybe if I even zoom in, you can see the resolution isn't that great on this image with the cookies. So let's just see what it can actually do. So I'll come down to the blue increase resolution button and click that. Okay, let's see if this is really making a difference. I don't know, maybe zoom in a bit, see if we can see it. Can you see any difference? I really can't see any difference there. To be honest, I can't see any difference on that. It's a bit disappointing. Maybe I've picked the wrong image. Maybe there's an image where you might have a label that might be a bit out of focus. I'll pause this video and I'll see if I can find some random image, see if we can get this actually working. Okay, so now I'm just going to try with a shoe. So let's just drop that in. Okay, and let's click increase resolution. Okay, and that is definitely a fail. That has not increased the resolution compared to what they said they could do. I think this particular part of the tool needs some work still, but unfortunately there's no way we can give feedback on this, so we'll leave that up to the Google gods to get that sorted out. And with that said, that's my tour today of looking through the Google Merchant Center Next product studio, which is currently in beta experiment mode. It's been fun. Let me know in the comments what kind of results you've been getting using the tool. And if you found value in this video provided for today, stay up to date by clicking subscribe just down below here. And we do provide Google Ads as a service for Shopify stores. If you'd like to know more about what we do, please check out the link in the description below and I'll be in contact with you as soon as possible. Besides that, thanks for watching. Bye for now.